carom. Good cat.
Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly.
Right, which is kind of cool. But we'll go out and play some Frisbee. King, you want to go play some Frisbee? Let's go do it. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let's do this officially. Let's do it officially. Boom. So King and I are going to go do some flat work. Let's go, handsome. Come on, Superman. King. Right, this here versus this. And you can see him shift. Come on. Right? You can see him shift each time. And that shift is, it might be the thing that is necessary for you to get your dog to flip. Yes, good man. Aus. Aus. Yes. Gotta be in position, Epi. The show is on. Good work, CupCake. CupCake? I know. You gotta chill. Oh, you got host. You got host. There are only 2. Good. Didn't make it out. Hey. CupCake, I can't reach it. Whoa, look at it. Frisbee is about the stuff between the tricks, right? You have 36 tricks in freestyle routine, maybe, if you're lucky. It's a lot of tricks, right? So 36, 32, 36, right? That's pretty packed freestyle routine. Each trick takes anywhere from half a second to 1.5 seconds, right? The actual trick, yeah? So what are you doing for the other minute 30, minute 45, right? All the stuff happens between the tricks. Go. Through and flip. Good. Ouse. Let me shift down. Go. Ouse. Yes, ouse. Up. Ouse. It's not helpful to shake car. Yes. Good. Ouse. Through. Yes. Ouse. Yes. Badass. Go. Through and flip. Good. Ouse. Go. Ouse. Yes. Ouse. Up. Ouse. Good. Right there. Yes. Good. Good. All you ready for. Good. Ouse. Through. Yes. Ouse. Yes. Badass. All right. Welcome to the show. Right, Epi? Right. I'm going to teach you to high five, Epi. Can you high five? Yeah, that's it. Yes. Good man. This afternoon again, it's 1:30. Yes. When I thought it was 10. So I gave them a wits. Off. Yes. Good. Off. Good. A little bit of molding here. Off. Whoa, that guy. Can you do it? I know. You do know the hand target. Good. Yeah. Yes. Off. Good work. There's no molding. Off. I think we'll get this by the end of the evening. Off. Off. Good. Off. Good. I hate this behavior, by the way. Off. There's a reason he doesn't have it. There's a total reason why he doesn't have it. Awesome. Go to dog style heavy. All right. So molding, essentially, molding the dog into the skill. And I'm using a back chain there. Probably work actually. What you should see throughout, I'll do this, where can I move that? I'll move it up there. So we need to see his little feet. We'll hopefully see his little feet moving when I offer this. And I have to be diligent about not conflating classical and operant. I'm going to make it happen enough and give him an off cue. And he should get his little feet moving, and he should offer it in order to make the off happen, in order to make the back chain happen. King's gone. King's gone. All right, so what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. I'm Ron, my trusty co-host Epi. Right, Epi? We got the weather girl back there. CupCake. There's a Strom coming from Chicago, right? Right, CupCake? Yeah. So, Philosophy Friday. I've been philosophying the shit out of stuff, man. I have a bunch of really cool ideas, a bunch of stuff done in the book. I'll be talking about cueing the trigger today, as well as how we affect our dog's classically conditioned tone through work and through the process of the trigger process. I don't have a good name for it. Using Alfred North Whitehead's concrescence process as a framework for the learning process. And concrescent is a really cool word, but people don't know what it means, so it's got to change. Right? Yeah, King, the sports guy, for sure. Dude, Byron, that's awesome. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That will go into I've been using ChatGPT to create my descriptions and stuff. I've also been using it for discussions and research on the weird shit I'm looking at with this philosophy project, and it's pretty awesome, man. Yeah. No, she's the weather girl. She's what's her name? Bundy. Oh gosh, how could I forget her name? Christina Applegate. What was her name in Married with Children? There's a Strom coming from Chicago. Super funny. But yeah, I had some really awesome work with King yesterday. He's I might do some over stuff with King today too. He smashed his overs in here, but I just fed everyone, so not able to work right away. We won't be working dogs right away. No Vanna White. She's not Vanna White. She's not old enough to be Vanna White. She's not mature enough. All right. So, yeah, I had a great session with King yesterday. He did a really, really nice job with the mauling, as in no mauling. I mean, he always does a fine job with his mauling, but he did some fine work not mauling. Christine, yeah. What was her name? Whatchamacallit Bundy? Bud, Al, Peg. Yep. King was a star. I think the stuff that we're going to talk about tonight has really helped me get my head together on King's problem, and just kind of head stuff off at the past, do good work, to build. So I'm going to pull up this. Image. Kelly Bundy. Yes, thank you, Byron. I'm sure you Googled that, right? So I'm going to pull up this image here, and I will embiggen it a little bit. I can't make it too much bigger. I won't be able to see my. All right, and I think I will turn on some music as well. We got the Spares. We're going to listen to the Spares, I think, as soon as I find it. The intro music, that's Pat McCune, flat picker from Floribama Bar. Be a Michigan day. It's a two-piece that April and I used to hang out with. We used to hang out with them at the local bars in Grand Rapids. Really talented two-piece. And they sound just like this live too, man. Completely badass, man. Chick has a haunting voice. All right, so what I want to talk about here is how the way that we work impacts our dog's classically conditioned state. So the classically conditioned state I'm calling a subjective tone, because I don't think calling our dog's emotional and physiological state, referring to it by the method in which it was crafted, is the way to do it. Within dog training, if you've been training for any period of time, you know that classical and operant don't mix when you're working. And you also know that Skinner rocks and Pavlov rules. So Pavlov, the classical condition, dominates everything, dominates the realm of respectable decision making, right? And we got this real weird understanding of the dog's physiological and emotional state, because behaviorism is only concerned with objective, measurable behavior. And a bunch of awesome stuff. Thank the behaviorist for sure. I learned a bunch of stuff, but it's not the whole story. And the way that we talk about the dog's physiology, and particularly their emotion and their feelings, oh my gosh, anthropomorphizing. The way that we talk about that is really crippled by the need to follow the science, objective science, empirical material science. And think about it, man. We're talking about the dog's emotional and physiological state, and we're doing it under a name, the classical condition. The methodology in which that condition was brought about is how we see it and how we interpret it. And anyway, that is the subjective tone, the tone of the critter, physiologically and emotionally. And that, the subjective tone, subjective because he's a subject. I'm a subject. The team are a subject. We have a nexus, a dog handler team nexus, that also have a subjective tone. When I go and compete at a local, I'm cool as a cucumber. When I go compete at the World Finals, I'm friggin' freaking out. You know what I mean? So my subjective tone, my physical and emotional tone, when I'm at a big contest is different. Poor Epi. So since Epi, I'm coming from when I say this, I move like I never move in practice. It's impossible for me to move in practice the way that I move on particularly a qualifier or the world finals stage. When I'm at a big qualifier that I really have to perform to qualify at, or at the world finals, physiologically I am lit up. I'm a 25-year-old dude in a 50-year-old body running around like an animal. And so what happens is we hit the field, and Epi has to deal with a high drive dog going bonkers, right? I'm highly aroused. I move way too fast. I think fast. When you're doing a contest, you slow down, right? That's always what you hear, slow down. And it's true, but it's super hard. You can't, because your subjective tone is all out of whack, right? I'm high, my adrenaline's going. I can't sit still. So poor Epi saw me move like 20 times faster than he ever sees me move. And we only did like 3 or 4 contests a year like that. And not even that. 3 or 4 contests every couple years like that. And so the dog has a subjective tone, the handler has a subjective tone, and the team has a subjective tone. Each of us have a tone, each of us are a subject of our own. So what causes the physiological state, right, other than the classical condition? You know, the thing that causes the physiological state on this map is represented by the actual world. The feelings and emotions of the actual world that we can comprehend, that is around us, right? Our emotions and feelings of the past, and for me, the immediate future. For the human, the immediate future, right? We need to qualify. We need to do this, we need to do that. Those emotions and feelings color my tone, right? The stress that I'm under because I want to qualify, they're affects, by the way. I'm affected by that. The emotions and feelings, they're pretty overwhelming at that time. Earlier reps, my history, last year when I tanked, I don't want to fucking do that again, right? That's also setting my tone. Unsatisfied successes. Let's do failures first. Failures. My failures in the past are setting my tone. They're setting my classical condition, right? And then my unsatisfied successes, and that's kind of a funky thing. So an unsatisfied success is a success that, like, I qualified but I played shitty, or I qualified and didn't deserve to, or I qualified because no one was there, right? While I do have the achievement in my back pocket of being in the world finals, I only did it because I went to this contest that wasn't very well attended, or wasn't hard for me to qualify at, right? All of those things, when I get to the field, right, all of this shit collapses on me and sets my subjective tone. Epi, when he takes the field, the actual world, the sound, the dogs, the juice coming off the dogs, the emotion, like, that's palpable there, all the rah, rah, rah. And then, you know, the superstar dogs walking by. Chemo, my first dog, when we were coming up at in the Dallas Dog and Disc Club, he super funny, man. We were a young team. I was 24. I was 24 years old. He was a year old, 7 months, 10 months old, 10 months old, 10 months old. And he wanted at Bob Evans's Luke and Chuck's dog Flash and Paul West's dog Shadow. Mark Jennings hadn't been doing it. A bunch of world finalists, man. And Chemo, like whenever one of those dogs would walk by, he would go fucking bonkers, man. And we'd walk by and none of the dogs would have anything, they wouldn't even care, right? So Luke and Flash and those dogs wouldn't care. They didn't even care. And then the next year, we started beating them in local contests, and we started being really competitive. And we'd walk by Luke, and Luke would go apeshit on Chemo. And we'd walk by Shadow, and Shadow was a big black shepherd, and he would go apeshit on Mo. And Flash would go apeshit on Mo. And it was pretty wild. So that juice coming off the dogs, the music, the environment, Chemo's emotions and feelings about that, Chemo's emotions and feelings, well, we'll do Epi. Epi's emotions and feelings of the tents, my physiological and emotional state, my subjective tone, me being off, he would have emotions and feelings about that. Earlier reps didn't really apply, other than the fact that, whoa, I've never seen this shit before, right? So he's startled. Unsatisfied successes didn't apply. He doesn't, maybe. It's possible that we went and played in that environment, and we played, but it was weird, right? Unsatisfied successes, when we go through this process, cue, aporia, a moment, and then the trigger, or we prehend the environment, we prepare, and we perform, right? That's the process. And when that goes off well, when the environment is prehended, the time between the time we recognize the situation and we make the decision, we perform the action. When we perform the action and we finish, that's satisfaction. And that happens on a behavioral level, that happens on, life in general. You can go up and down scales on this. And so the unsatisfied successes would be times when we went through the process and something didn't go well, right? Epi didn't decide, or in my case, I qualified and didn't deserve it, right? So that would be an unsatisfied success. The dogs have unsatisfied successes within behavior all the time. When we're teaching a skill, if I drag the dog through the skill and it's arduous and painful and we struggle and I put a cookie on it on the end, that's an unsatisfied success for the dog. For the handler it is too, right? Because we know that was shit, and the only thing that we got was, I got a cookie on it, so that's great. It's not, because the ardor and the fact that we know that it didn't go right is going to be prehended, right? It's going to be prehended. The prehended means grasp. It's going to be prehended, and we're going to know that it didn't go well. And those unsatisfied successes, in my opinion, this is one of the big reasons I'm doing this philosophy, this process philosophy. The fact that classical and operant do mix, I can change a dog's classically conditioned state via operant conditioning. And the fact that just getting the behavior and putting a cookie on it not helping, right? Or potentially causing damage, probably a better way to say it. Might help, potentially causing damage. And that's the unsatisfied successes. Failures, Epi at the contest, oh, I don't know, maybe thinking about, we went to Yachi camp and Epi was really stressed. I wasn't allowed to communicate with him as I normally would. I wasn't allowed to mark, I wasn't allowed to cue the drop and communicate the way that I wanted to. And we really struggled. He was a young dog. He was playing above his weight class anyway. We were doing things that we only did because of our communication method. And I wasn't able to offer that to him. So I would consider that probably on his, per his understanding. Was that a failure, Epi? Was it? I think it might have been a failure, right? We got through it though. He did a fine job. But it was very, very stressful. Very stressful. So we consider that a failure. So we go to the contest. We both prehend the situation, right? And that sets our subjective tone. That is the physical and emotional state that we take the field with at the contest. This physical pole here is just a representation of so we can put it somewhere and kind of map it, right? There's not a pole in your head, right? There's no physical, I don't think there's a physical pole in reality. It's just a nice map. But this subjective tone, this classically conditioned state here, is what controls how we think and how we perceive and attack our subjective aim, right? I have an aim, my dog has an aim, the team has a name, and aim, not a name, right? So I might be wanting the behavior. That's my aim. If I want the behavior and that's my aim, I can almost guarantee that my dog wants the cookie. My dog's aim is to get the cookie. If my aim is to get the behavior, the dog only wants the cookie, that's all. If my aim is to hit the criteria, and the criteria is properly set, perhaps my dog wants to hit the criteria too. But our aims have to match. The dog's aim has to match with the handler's. So ideally, the dog and the handler both know we need to hit the criteria, right? In the contest environment, the dog's aim is to play. They don't care about the contest. You know what I mean? They don't even fucking know, right? If the dog is shitting his pants because it's crazy and it's new, that sets the classical condition. And the dog's subjective aim is probably going to be, let's get out of here alive. Ron, what do you got me here for? Let's get out of here alive, right? My subjective aim is win the contest, right? And oh, dude, I was bad about that as a young player. I broke my dog because of this. I broke my first dog because of this. I totally broke Kimo because of this. Because my subjective aim was to win the world championship. Year one. Year 1.5. And we almost did. We almost did. My dog's subjective aim was to play Frisbee. And because my subjective aim and his subjective aim didn't go together, we had a bunch of unsatisfied successes and a bunch of failures at my dog's subjective aim to play Frisbee because I was yelling at him and shit, and I was an asshole. And his emotions and feelings were train wreck. His subjective tone was bad. He ran off the field in the first World Finals. And there was something weird that happened. It wasn't just, it wasn't all my fault. But I wasn't able to help him. right? I wasn't able to help him because he had problems with my subjective aim and my approach. Man, I'll never forget it, dude. At that contest, I was about ready to go out for my second round, and I like looked around, and I freaked out. I took my pulse, and it was 54 beats per minute, 1 minute before I took the field. I will never, ever, ever be in that perfect a tone, physiological and emotional tone to compete ever again, man. I was like, we're gonna fucking win this. Holy shit. I mean, what? You know, it was unbelievable. And something weird happened and he ran off the field. And that was because the way that I was working, over here and our running around this process was unsatisfying to the dog, and it ruined his classically conditioned state, you know? And the reason that I'm so stoked about this is by adjusting my subjective aim and doing a good job of dog training and knowing that this is a circuit and that it's a feedback loop of give the cue, dog and handler have a subjective tone, bingo, man, touch. He's like, fuck yeah, Ron, I love that. Yes, good man, right? That's satisfaction achieved. We achieved that thing. And if all of our work goes down like that, then the dog's physiological and emotional state, the tone of the dog is hot shit, right? If also I do a good job at setting my aim at giving the dog concepts and clarity in what we're doing, right? Then the dog is gonna know what to do. And my dog will participate with me together, both of us going after the aim, not me going after the behavior or the win and my dog going after the cookie or the disc, but both of us going out to play the game, be together, rock this shit, to communicate, to achieve this trick, that trick, this trick, that trick, achieve, right? I want to set achievement. And when my dog is on achievement and we go through this process and we give it the old college try, we don't need the cookie, right? We don't need the cookie. We don't need the actual success on the behavior in order to feel good and be in a good position to strike on the behavior on the next rep or far into the future. If I'm an asshole, right? If I'm an asshole and I'm a greedy bitch trainer, I use that term a lot, right? I want more. We're doing back up and I just keep backing up until the dog fails. And then I push the dog back and put a cookie on it, right? I feel good because, you know, we got pretty far away from the thing. And, you know, it wasn't a big deal because I put a cookie on it in the end, and, you know, put a cookie on it, the dog does the behavior. If we struggle, dude, my dog is in trouble. My dog's physiological state is in trouble. This is a circuit, and it runs around and it runs around. So I want to do a good job of having good goals in flow theory. So flow theory, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. He is the guy who created flow theory, and it's the psychology of optimum experiences, the Zen state. It's a big thing in sports and in positive psychology in general. One of the key aspects, two key aspects to achieve flow. The challenge meets the skill. So the dog has the ability to achieve the skill, the handler has the ability to achieve the skill. If the skills are evenly matched, we are likely to flow. If the skills are equally matched, yeah, trust is a big part, Sage Plot. If the skills are equally matched to the challenge, we'll keep playing, right? The other one that's really important are, well, two more. Clear goals, right? Clear goals and, well, I'm gonna do three of them, three more things. Clear goals, mini goals, and moment by moment or immediate feedback, right? So think about that. Clear goals, mini goals, like a system of mini goals, and then moment by moment feedback. So let's say I set up backing up and we struggle. Obviously the goal was poorly set. The goal was too big, right? And the feedback is probably not happening because we struggled, right? That's gonna impact our subjective tone. That's gonna impact the classical condition negatively. And the dog is not gonna be well placed to do that skill. Clear goals, flow theory, again, look it up. There's 2 books on YouTube. Look up flow theory and there'll be 2 books on the front page or on the thumbnail of the video that I recommend. Clear goals, right? Clear goals in flow theory mean that the handler has to have a good subjective aim, right? It also means that the dog needs to share that subjective aim. If I'm going after the behavior and the dog is going after the cookie, we're going to be hard pressed to flow, right? We're going to be hard pressed to flow. So we have to have the same goal. Mini goals. I need the dog to back up. Let's go back to the back up thing. Rear foot on the, you know what? Let's fucking stop talking. Let's fucking train some dogs here. So I'm gonna work CupCake here. Which thing are we in? Yeah, we'll do this instead, I think. Yeah, boom. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the channel. I'm gonna work the CupCake, and I'm gonna work her. I'm gonna lay out my goals and stuff, and I'm gonna show you a really sharp setup with mini goals. I'm not gonna be a greedy bitch. I'm not gonna be a greedy bitch trainer, and I'm going to have these goals set so that CupCake can easily achieve them, right? And they're going to be small goals. They'll be mini goals, right? Attention, rear foot hitting the object, hitting the alternate surface. That'll probably be the only goals. And I'm going to deliver moment by moment feedback as well. And we'll see like super kick-ass work. And we'll see us work through, excuse me, dude. We'll see the process illustrated here, right? And maybe we'll see some flow, right, CupCake? Yeah, you think so? Maybe? Shabanya. We'll try that this time. Maybe that'll stop her. She's such a vicious beast. She's so vicious. All right, let's see if this is gonna work here. I got all 3 up. Epi, chill, dude. Nothing's even happening, buddy. Boom. Boom. Look at that. What do you think of that, huh? Huh? Do we have enough? Do we have enough? All right, look at you. Somebody's got a fine subjective aim. So I'm gonna take eye contact, yes? Yes. 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 I'll take eye contact, zip it, Epi, yes? Yes, good. Yes, good girl. Yes. Off. Oops. Yes, good girl. Off, good girl. Yes. Awesome. Yes. So you can hear the instant feedback. I have the eye contact as the goal. Yes. 1 foot on. Yes. 2 feet on. Epic. Zip. Off. And the off cue. Yes. I'll take eye contact. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Off. Go do dog stuff. Whoa. Right? So that's pretty nice, man. Right? She'll back up halfway down that channel, probably. Right? But as soon as I put that long, as soon as I set my subjective aim, right? As soon as I set my subjective aim, when I set that up as like the big goal, when I have my subjective aim as the when I set that up too high, I ruin. When this subjective aim here is too high, I ruin the flow. Right? I ruin her classically, yeah, right? Her classically conditioned state. Yeah, her subjective aim is on point with that, right? She knows what she's supposed to do. And she knows that's the place to be. And so our subjective aims were together, right? She was excited. I wasn't fucking with her. I wasn't trying to make her do it like super awesome and be perfect. I kept my criteria. I knocked out a few reps at a real short distance. That was awesome. Now I'm gonna go ahead and don't do this with your dog, by the way. I'm gonna be a greedy bitch here, and I'm gonna make her back up a bunch. And I mean, it's possible that it'll go well. It is possible that it'll go well because I've been pounding this with the process, right? I've been using process very purposefully with her. That's why CupCake is such a star. That's why she's over there in the channels. That's why she's not an accidental CupCake anymore. But I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna be a greedy bitch trainer, and I'm gonna put the cookies on it. But you're gonna notice that we're not firing well, and we're probably gonna notice a lack of mini goals. The goal is gonna get unclear, right? The clear goal is gonna become unclear, right? And the feedback, it won't be immediate. By the way, the feedback needs to be positive. Negative feedback has been found in flow theory to not be helpful. So the behaviorists are on point with that. Right? So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do CupCake again, and I'm gonna be a greedy bitch, and I'm gonna ask her to do. We'll start at 1 meter. So one of those squares, right? And I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna do my best to get her to back up really far. That's gonna be my subjective aim. And her subjective aim is to put her foot on that thing, but she's gonna lose it. She's gonna lose that subjective aim because I'm a greedy bitch. So let's see what happens. Hey, Kingaling, why don't you get up here? Not you, Epi. Good work. Good work. So I'm gonna start out right here. Yes. I'm gonna pound her full of cookies here, right? Off. Yes. Yes. You should already be able to see, oops, hang on, off. You should already be able to see, oh, yeah, that's good. Should already be able to see that we're not pounding this behavior nearly as well. Yes. You can see her stopping, right? You can see her flying forward afterward. Yes. And you're gonna probably see her Epic, stop, dude. You're gonna probably see her bucking Bronco, off. By the way, I'm pumping her full of cookies there. I'm doing a good job as a positive trainer, right? But I'm greedy. Yes. This isn't going poorly at all. I probably need King out here, off, to really demonstrate this. Put a cookie here. Halt. Yes, good girl. It's pretty good, actually. I might have to stop here, off. I don't want to ruin this. But you can see her stop halfway. Yes, wow. You can see the stretch going in there, right? Off. Yes. Breathing's labored, off. Go do dog stuff. Breathing is labored. Dude, come on, man. Don't do that. Breathing is labored, and she was starting and stopping. I'm gonna have to do King to get this demonstrated. That went, yeah, and we've been working it. I've done a really good job of working it properly, right? I've done a good job of working it properly. And I'm pretty stoked about that, actually. I'll get King. Yeah, whatever. Maybe you get the point. I could, and I have. What's up, cheese? Stale cheese. I have ruined that, by the way. Epi gets angry when he does it. Epi's anger issues, when you hear him, pretty? Yes, pretty? Pretty? Dude, pretty? Off, right? That right there is totally me being a greedy bitch and not attending to this circuit and not attending to my criteria, my goals, and to satisfying the process. We succeeded all the time in that. We succeeded very, very frequently, but the success was costly, right? I put cookies on it all the time. Put a lot of cookies on that pretty behavior, but it was stressful for him. And so when I tell him, pretty, pretty, off, he gets angry, right? That's not a good physiological state for training. He'll eat a dog if I keep working that. He'll beat the shit out of. He'll turn around and beat the shit out of King, or jump off that and beat the shit out of CupCake, right? So how we do the work matters. It's not just getting the cookie on it, right? It's not just getting the cookie on it. It's how we do it. My goal needs to resonate with the dog's goal, right? Per flow theory, to pile in on this, I think this is highly related to, yeah, yep, yep, and those things, particularly when they're frustrated, when it's frustration barking, Sage Paw, when it's frustration barking, you should take that into account. I've done a few free shape targeting, multiple target targeting with Epic, and the last few that I've done, I don't know, 10 sessions, 12 sessions in his whole life. The last 5 or 7 of them, no, the last 5 maybe. The last 5 have been increasingly more frustrated, increasingly more crazy town. The first ones were awesome, but then, you know, I wanted more. I made it more difficult, right? I wasn't attentive to how he was feeling while he was doing it, and I wasn't attentive as to how my setting of goals was affecting his physiological and emotional tone. Yep. Yep, probably struggled with it too, right? Probably struggled with it. All right. Yeah, watch out, CupCake. Don't want to get eaten by Epi. So, let me see. I have, all right, so I am going, yeah, right? Sometimes. I am going to, I already demonstrated like kind of how that should work with CupCake, right? Like how nice and clean it should be. Boom, 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 boom. And I probably set the stage for her to kick ass on that with that, by the way. Before this, I probably would have started in the middle of the channel and had her back up. The sessions I did a month or 2 ago, right? All of the pony, you know, and her running back and forth, running forward, stopping, backing up, stop, forward, back, forward, excuse me, forward, back, right? All that stuff. Didn't do, he was down there getting a June bug. Probably didn't do her justice, right? Fortunately, I picked this up, you know, early enough, and I didn't run her into the dirt with it. So I am gonna set this up again. And I'm gonna do one more quick session. I'm gonna turn the thing sideways. Again, I'd like you guys to hear the clear goals, the mini goals, attention, mini goals, multiple criteria, okay? So when we talk about mini goals, and again, this is flow theory. This is Csikszentmihalyi, and so we want to hit flow, high challenge, high skills. The skills and the challenge have to be matched. That circuit, I need to pull that up again, gosh darn it. That circuit around the poles, right? This here, whoosh, 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 right? That circuit needs to cook Needs to be easy and smooth. Boom, 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 boom. One of the ways that we can do that, we can set up mini goals, and those mini goals are going to be like multiple criteria that happen within the behavior anyway. And that's going to allow me to set up goals that we can achieve, that are easy to achieve. And it's also going to allow me to deliver lots of good feedback about what we're doing. And I'm going to give feedback on attention, rear foot holding, off, that's probably it, right? But those things are the key aspects of the behavior. And by drawing attention to those, feedback on that, yes on attention, cookie between my feet, right? She eats her cookie, she backs up, rear foot hits the thing, yes, cookie, 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 off, yes. I'll go into the channel as well. Yes, she gives attention. Yes, I put the cookie down. She eats it. She backs up. Rear foot. Yes. Pay, pay, pay. Off. Yes. Back into the channel. Right? Now, each of those mini goals, I've set it up so they have to happen. Right? And once that's happening all the time, then the dog will make those things happen. And now, we share a subjective aim. We share the same main goal, right? And that is going to set the classically conditioned state at optimum. And we will achieve flow, and Epi will be jealous, right? Will you be jealous, Epi? Chill. All right. CupCake. Yes. Halt. Off. We should see more stability here too by marking her in. Yes. Halt. Off. Whoa, you're really good. How'd you do that, CupCake? How'd you learn how to do that? Where did you learn how to do that? All right. Funny. Wonder how many more cigarettes I can roll before I smoke one. Yes. Mini goal number 1. Epi zip. Yes. Mini goal number 2. Yes. Off. Yes. Yes. Off. Yes. Halt. Yes. Dude. Off. Yes. Halt. Yes. I need to get that off. I need to get the, so here we go. Yes. Yes. Off. So I'm going to focus just on the off. I'm going to put more value on the off. Yes. Eye contact. Yes. Halt. Off. Good work. Yes. Wow, yes, that's terrific. Oh my gosh. Halt. Off. I'll do one more. I'm gonna pay the shit out of that off. Yes. Halt. Off. Go to dog stop. So stability came in pretty nice when I switched to paying the off. Probably need to pay that a little more frequently now. I need to make sure that oh, son of a bitch. God damn it, Ron. Ruined it. Ruined it. You ruined it, Ron. Look. Damn it. All right, so I'm going to do this with Epi now, and I'm going to try to. I'll show you what it looks like. You can hear him scream and yell while we do it, and I'm going to try and use the process to alleviate that stress, right? So I'm going to use marking. I'm going to use marking, my criteria selection, and the marking of that criteria, as well as those mini goals. I will mark him getting into the channel. Yes, good man, Epi. Wow, that was great. I'll mark him getting in the channel. I'll keep it very short, a short distance, and we'll pound it. But I'm going to start pretty far away so you can get a feeling for how angry he gets. CupCake, CupCake, yes. CupCake, yes. Epic, Epic. All right, come on, Epi. Don't do it, CupCake. He's gonna be angry. Dude. Excuse me. Epic. Yeah. Halt. Off. Back up. Halt. He's pounding my hand, by the way. You can probably see that. Off. Back up. Halt. Off. Right? So not too bad, actually. I mean, he's crooked as shit, but not too bad. He didn't seem super, super angry. But, dude, latas. That means the cup, by the way. So I'll take the eye contact. Yes. I'll pay here. Yes. Off. Yes. 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 Off. Yes. Yes. Good. Dude. Yes. Big one right there, by the way. Big one right there. Not nearly as grabby on the cookies. Right from that moment, off. Yes. Yes. Off. Yes. Back up. Yes. Tough thing with this is to keep on the criteria. So he knows off. He knows this skill, right? Epic. Yes. Back up. Yes. So he knows the skill. If I water down the criteria and allow him to get away with just about anything, off. He'll, yes. He'll push it off and then, yes. Yes. And then I will have trouble with holding my criteria and keeping him engaged. Off. Dude. Yes. Yes. Off. So I'll take the eye contact here. Yes. Yes. I don't have any anger issues. I'll layer it. Yes. Off. Yes. Back up. Yes. Eye contact. Yes. I'll pay him here. Yes. Yes. Right? So I've set up off these mini goals. Yes. Of attention. Yes. Rear foot, yes. And in the channel, off. Oh, off. And in the channel, yes, with the eye contact. Halt. So the rear foot there. Off. Yes. Yes. Good work. Off. Yes. Good. Off. Go to dog stuff. Great work. So I need Epic, I need several reps of that, right? I need several reps with that. Yeah, totally, right? I need several reps of that with that ease, and he jumps into the channel. Yes, he gives eye contact. Yes, he backs up. Rear foot on there. Yes, I ask him off. Yes. He gets in the channel. Each of those things become the things that he knows. And he does them purposefully. And now our subjective aims harmonize. Our aim to do the thing and do it together they come together. And now he's not frustrated because he's participating in the game. He's doing the thing, right? He's not trying to do his thing or wondering what the fuck is Ron doing? What do I got to do to get a cookie around here, right? He's not making that calculus. He's saying, okay, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to get on this thing. I'm going to eat my cookie. I'm going to go forward, right? He knows each step of the way. And doing that work, so funny, right? Rolling cigarettes and not smoking them. It's a nice thing about rolling cigarettes. Happens all the time. So there we go. A little bit of epi. You know what? I'll work King on this just because. By the way, with King, I've really just gotten it done with him. He hasn't been much of a free shaper, offer, thing like that. He hasn't been into that much. And I didn't think, for a long time, I didn't think he was very bright, right? Just because he's serious about everything he does. It's not that he doesn't like to do it, it's just that it's serious, right? Or sincere, maybe. He doesn't do shit frivolously like a border collie does, right? Or like an Aussie does. He does it like a cow dog. He does it serious work. And I didn't think he was super sharp. I've since realized he's super, super, super sharp, man. Like very, very sharp. And I haven't capitalized on that. I haven't used his intellect, or I'm sorry, I've only capitalized on that is probably the way that I want to say that. I haven't exercised it. I've just kind of used it, right? Shame on me, trainer-wise, right? I've tried to do a little bit better recently, but most of the time I'm working discs, and the mauling thing is real trouble. So anyway, I'm going to set this up. I'm gonna go through the process of teaching it. So we're gonna get in the channel. I'll pay the shit out of it. I'll get him out of the channel. He hasn't done that part of it. I just put him in the channel and made him do it, right? This method, super awesome, man. You can literally just pull the dog in there with a lure and put a cookie between your heels. They'll back up. You could pound that, get a million cookies on it, and they'll back up, right? But you're liable to get the epi shit, right? You're liable to get the epi shit, and the dog doesn't do anything but eat the cookie and hit the mat. And everything in between that is bullshit and dumb. And the dog doesn't like it. And the dog doesn't know what's happening in there. And so what I want to do, I'm going to pull him into the channel, or I'm going to allow him to go into the channel. I'll free shape him into the channel. I'll pay him in the channel. He'll enter the channel on his own to get me to give him a cookie, and I'll dismiss him. And then I'll set up in the channel, and I'll have him, I'll take his eye contact, I'll pay it between my heels, and he'll back up. Keep in mind, I've done this before, and he sits. He's got a default sit, right? So I'm going to have to be real small on that scale. But I'm going to use attention, in the channel, attention, rear foot target, off. Those are my mini goals, right? Those are the mini goals that I'm gonna have available to me to achieve flow with him, to have a healthy, awesome session. By the way, flow. flow is a perfect subjective tone. Flow is what we want all the time. We can look at the arousal here. One sec. Is that the screen share? Yep. So flow is right in the mix, right? We got the skill going this way, the challenge going that way. Flow is equal skill to challenge. I wish I could do this. This right here is the flow channel, right? This is boredom. This is anxiety. And they've since named these other ones, but all the literature I'm reading right now is old. And it was this flow channel here with everything below it being boredom and everything above it being anxiety. We work in arousal quite a bit. High challenge, moderate skills. Arousal's pretty, it's okay, right? I'm going to do my best to keep King oscillating between control and arousal, right? If we're oscillating between control and arousal, it's a pretty good place to be. So I'm going to work on this. I'm going to, again, mini goals are in the channel, rear foot target, or in the channel, attention, rear foot target, off. But I'm going to start by getting him into Epi, good, by getting him in the channel, him participating, him having, CupCake, yes, him having the subjective aim. His aim is going to be to get in the channel. That's my goal. That's my don't. King. Dude. Good work. So we'll see him. He's not going to offer like the other guys, right? He's going to do this sit. I know what to do. I sit. I'm a good man. I'm a fine man. I remember why I didn't free shape him. Dude, chill. Remember why I didn't free shape him in the channel. He doesn't free shape very well. King. Yes, good man. Whoa. Off. Yes. He's going to look to me a lot for me to tell him what to do. He likes to be told what to do. Off. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go in there. Yes, good man. Whoa, that was great, buddy. Off. Yes. Yes, excuse me. Dude. Off. Good. Whoa, that was awesome. It's a little flummoxed because I have cookies in my hand. Yes. Off. I'm going to put it to him again. Yes. Yes. Off. Good work. Good work, Kingling. go do dog stuff. All right, so bumped up the channel, got him into the channel. I think he kind of knows that the channel is the place to be. The subjective aim working out in his favor. Right? He's got an idea of what he wants to do. Chill. Chill. King. So, yes. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get super close. Yes. Stop, Epi. Off. Yes. Dude. Off. Yes. I'll wait here a sec, see if he's going to stand. Yes. Good work, King. Good work. Whoa. His little legs shaking. Off. I'll mark him when he comes in. Yes. I'll take his attention. Yes. Take his attention. Yes. I'll pay him between my feet. Yes. Good work. Yes. Awesome. I'm going to let him stew here. Yes. Off. Yes. Yes. So he pretty much has to sit to give attention for some reason. He likes that. I'll take the attention. I'll give the off cue on attention. Yes, off. Yes, good work. Off. Coming in. Yes. Tension, yes. Too far. Yes. Help him out. Make sure it works. Pound him full of cookies. Off. Wait for him to get all the way in. Yes. Yes. Off. Yes. 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 Good work. And try and pay him while he's standing. Try and get rid of that down or that sit. Off. Yes. Pay him between my heels. Yes. Good work. Off. Yes. This is the Punisher, by the way. Not getting the cookies. It's his chance, yes, to demonstrate that he knows the skill. My chance to allow this. Off that. Yes, that. Yes, that. To contrast with the time off, he spends sitting there. Yes. Yes, good man. I'll take this eye contact. Yes. Good. I'd really like to get eye contact without the sit. Yes. Yes, good man. Off. One more. Yes. 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 Awesome. Off. Go do dog stuff. All right. Epic. Off. Go do dog stuff. CupCake. Go do dog stuff. So let's think about what went down there, right? So what did he get reinforced for? Right? He got paid for entering the channel. He got paid for eye contact. He got paid for rear foot. He got paid for off. All of those things are the things that he remembers. That's why we mark. We mark so they remember what it was that was happening then. And that as we do that, he starts to participate by doing those things. And when he participates by doing those things, we wind up sharing a subjective aim. Me and the dog both have the same goal. Get in the channel. Give eye contact. Touch your rear feet on the thing. Stay there until you're told off. Right? Our goals are clear. I don't just have one goal of back up. I don't just have one goal, a big master goal of back up a long way or back up further and touch the target, right? I didn't try and make him back up any further, right? It wasn't time. We had these mini goals and he kicked ass and he liked to do it. His subjective tone on that skill, well, you see where he is right now, right? I would not be surprised if by the time we're done here that he's in that channel, like CupCake was, right? I would not be surprised or I would not be surprised if he goes and gets in that channel, right? And he doesn't really offer stuff. He stands on the table, right? He's going to go back into that channel, man. That's the place to be, dude. I think that's where we should be. Let's see. I'm interested in that, actually. I'm very interested in that. Because again, he is not a shaper. He does not care to shape. And I know he's just trolling. But I think it's interesting that he's not on the pedestal or on the couch. Right? I think it's interesting that he's out in the center of the room, kind of hanging out. It's a slightly different situation for him. What do you think I'm going to do when he gets in the channel? Anyone? Yes. Chill. Yes. Yes. Off. Yes. Off. Yes. Off. Yes. Off. Please, buddy. Yes. Yes. Good work. No sit. I like it, King. Off. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Off. Go do dog stuff. Yes. Yes. Awesome. Off. Go do dog stuff. And by the way, I pet Epi so I could wipe my slimy treat-stained hands on him. right? Pretty nice, pretty nice. So King, look at him, yeah, good man. What? I know. You doing it? You doing it? You're very smart, buddy. I know. Sold you short. I sold you short, didn't I? You did, Ron. I call him the Taoist cowboy. He's like Kwai Chang Caine, right? He doesn't want much. He doesn't want much. He wants to walk the earth like Kwai Chang Caine. So he's looking at me right now to see, yes, good man, if that worked. Yeah, yes. Good man. Oh, I'm disappointed. I'm going to let him do Epic, don't. Yes, good man. Off. Yes, good man. Yes, good. Missed that. Yes. Damn it. Yes. Yes, good. Yes, awesome. Wow. Wow, the guy. Off. Yes, good man. Off. Yes, good man. Off. Yes. Tension. Yes. Yes. Great work. Yes. So that little pull in front, I pulled in front in order to get him to stand. I don't like that. Sit. Off. Sit is really counterproductive here. Yes. 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 Good man. Paid him deep past his chin. Off. So I'll show you that. Yes. If I pay him yes. If I pay him past and under his chin, he will back up. Yes. Right? So off. See that foot? Yes, good man. I can pay under his chin and back, yes, and he'll back up. Yes. Off. Epic. Yes, no sit. Good work. Off. He comes in. Yes. Eye contact. Yes. Pay here. Yes. Awesome. Great work. Off. Go do dog stuff. Whoa, CupCake, you are terrific. You are in the wrong spot. Come on, dude. Good work. Good work. CupCake, CupCake. Epic, epic. Go do dog stuff, guys. Awesome. All right. King-a-ling doing some shaping. So you guys see what I'm saying there, right? You guys see what I'm saying? Mini goals into the channel. He wants to be in the channel. Rear foot or attention, right? His attention loosened up markedly. I almost got attention while he was standing, which I didn't think was possible. Rear foot target, right? Off. Those are the things, those became our subjective aim. You can see him looking at me like, hey, are we going to do the thing? And now he's going to walk directly into the channel. Yes, and I'm going to go pay him. I'll wait. Yes, and he'll step in the channel. CupCake, go do dog stuff. Go. It's not your time. Go. I'll wait for him to stand, which he might not do because CupCake's there. It's not awesome that I'm standing here with my cookies out. I know that's a problem for him. Probably shouldn't be. Yes, good man. Go. Off. Go. Yes. Attention. Yes. Yes. Good man. Great work. Off. Go do dog stuff. So, mini goals. Big goal. I want him to back up. I want him to want to work. Right? So, I want to talk about this. So, why is he in the channel? Why is he in that channel? Why is he staying in that channel? Serious question. Sage Paw's the only one that's going to answer it. So, Sage Paw, why is he staying in that channel? I wish there were some other behaviorists here who haven't been on my stream a bunch. I'll go ahead and answer just to kill the dead air. He's in the... It's a nice place to be, yeah. He has positive associations with that, right? And so the behaviorists would say that that's where the cookie happens, right? And I agree, right? But I agree with you, Sage Paw, it's a nice place to be, right? Now, here is the real question. How did he decide that? Right? So it's a nice place to be. Yup, totally. It's where the cookies happened. Again, that's what the behaviorists would say. That's where the cookies happen, right? Okay, perfect. How did he get there? Hey, you know, the cookies happen over there. I like that. I'm going to go over there. He made that. He did that. He decided to go over there. And not only did he decide to go over there, but when he steps in, he looks at me. Like, hey, dude, are you going to do the thing or what? Right? And behaviorism is only interested that he's in there. Yeah, is only interested that he's in there. The why he's in there is not germane to behavior. Yes, good man. The decision to go in there, the mental, yes. The mental decision, yes, to go in there is not, yes, off. Per proper behaviorism, right, Skinner's stuff, why he went in there has nothing to do with the behavior. And that's bullshit, man. It has everything to do with the behavior, right? The fact that he wants to be in there, the fact that he says, hey, nothing's going on, I'm going over there, right? Those things are really important. Those things are really important, you know? And we should be telling our dogs, you're correct in that, right? And I'm telling him he's correct by adding work, right? I'm reinforcing with work. I'm not throwing a cookie when he's in there. He's in there, I'm going over there and working. So I think that's residual afterglow. There you go. Again, though, he has to make a plan to go over there. And that part of it is totally lost. And that part of it is the subjective aim. That is a part of it. When his goal to be in there and to do the thing resonates with my goal to be in there and do the thing, man, we're in good shape. We're in good shape. We both feel good. He made the decision. The plan, the subjective aim, he executed that. And then we feel good. We feel good, nothing's happening. How can I feel good again? Let's do the subjective aim. And then we feel good. You see that? That why in the emotional and mental part of it, I believe is really important. I believe it actually is relevant to behavior, right? It's why the dog is doing it, right? And you can say, yeah, it's just because the cookies happen there. And yet, he hasn't had a cookie in there in a long time. And he's going to go back to it again. Why is he going to go back there? Right? It isn't just the cookies. Right? It isn't just the cookies. So I'm going to switch gears here real quick. I'm going to wrap up. I want to get done before 11. Need to be under 2 hours. I want to talk about this thing that I've been thinking about. So we have this trigger process. Q is the idea. I'm going to embiggen this, and actually let me do WAP. Let me do that and get rid of, I need to fix that, don't I? Yep. Get the screen share button up there. So, and I want to screen share now. Ooh, look how handsome he is. Holy cow. He is super, super handsome. So switch to, tertiary display. That's awesome. I got a primary display, a secondary display, and a tertiary display now. How fucking cool is that? So the Q is the idea, okay? The trigger is the action. Between the cue and trigger, play plus, my philosophy, my process, the phenomenal process philosophy of play, inserts aporia between those two. Aporia, the dog is at an impasse. The handler chooses not to take the question at this time. I choose not to trigger at this time. And as such, the whole conversation comes to a screeching halt. Lets the dog think, lets the subjective aim set up, blah, 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 right? So the cue is the idea, the trigger is the action, right? Aporia is 1 to 3 seconds, right? That's what I'm, about the same time frame as reward prediction error. When I click, 1001, 1002, 1003, dog's like, where the fuck, what happened? Why didn't I get a cookie? Right? Reward prediction error. I give the cue 1001, 1002, 1003. Yo, dude, where's the trigger? Right? They're the same thing. The same thing. When you have cue then trigger, the cue predicts the opportunity to act. There's expectancy in there. The seeking system operates on expectancy. When I give the cue, there's an itch that needs to be scratched with action. But this aporia in here and the separation between the cue and the action activates the seeking system, creates a sense of expectancy. How does that expectancy get solved? By taking the trigger. So the cookie process and the trigger process are the same thing. The trigger is the cookie. The trigger, or next, is the cookie. And that's fucking badass, dude. And that is achievement in order to do the thing. At which point in time I get a cookie some other time. I don't really care. You gave me the cue. I want to do the thing. I don't want my cookie. I want to do the thing. Yeah, Sage Paw. Yeah. Yeah. So the cookie literally is next. But you got to do it this way. You have to create that sense of expectancy. When I give the cue and the dog is reliant upon my trigger, I have the initiative in the game. Right? It's my call. When I just work on the cue alone, I give the cue, it's the dog's initiative. And the dog takes the cookie because that's the only thing that's there. But by setting up the cue, creating a time frame for reward prediction error to happen, I create a cookie out of the trigger. I create the cookie as next. There you go. All right, I'm out, guys. Cheese, good to see you. Byron, if you're still here, good to see you. Sage Paw, take care. I'm going to play us out with some badass meme roll. Thanks a bunch for watching. I'll try and, patrons. Show wouldn't be happening without patrons. Thanks to all of our patrons. Patrons get access to class. They get access to me and other goodies like the process philosophy of play. Patrons are helping me put that together. They get ebooks and shit too. Become a patron at patreon.com/pvibe. And link is right there. It's cool, man. Thanks for hanging out, brother. I hope it cools down for you there in New York. I hope it does. It might not. We'll do Yoda. Become a patron.
Or do not. There is no try.
Oh, we're gonna have to do that again. That just was not cool. And I talked over Yoda. I'm gonna fucking suffer karmically for that. I will suffer karmically for that. Let's turn out the sound effects.
Do or do not. There is no try.
No try. All right. So, yep, there we go. Thanks a bunch, guys. I appreciate it. Badass meme roll number something. I think I'll do number 18. I like the tune. Oh, yeah, there it is. All right. Woohoo! Pretty cool, right, Sage Paw? Not fucking around on that one, man. That is where it's at. The cookie's next. Hey, see you, Byron. Merch. Let me know when you get your shoes, brother. Let me know when you get those shoes. sweet kicks. They got monster traction, man. Like my frisbee fish, Matt? With the extra fin. Ding-a-ling. See you guys. Have a good one.